Friends, some events from the history of America, Germany, and England are so strange and mysterious that they can truly leave you stunned. In this video, you'll discover 6 unbelievable historical events that will blow your mind. So stay tuned. You don't want to miss this. Number 1, in the world of unexplained creatures, the Chupacabra stands out as one of the most terrifying and mysterious. Its legend began spreading widely in 1995 when residents of Puerto Rico claimed to have seen a strange, dog-like creature that attacked animals and drank their blood. But the story actually goes back even further. Between 1974 and 1975, in the small Puerto Rican town of Mocha, farmers began noticing something strange. Their goats, chickens, and other livestock were turning up dead under mysterious circumstances. At first, people thought it might be the work of a vampire-like creature or some unknown predator, but fear grew quickly when the pattern became clear. Every animal had small puncture marks on its neck, as if something had drained their blood. As months passed, the attacks kept increasing, and no one had any idea who or what was behind them. Then in 1995, panic exploded again when 8 goats were found dead in a single night, all with 3 puncture marks on their necks, their blood completely drained. Locals immediately believed it was the same creature, El Chupacabra, the goat sucker. Soon, sightings began appearing all over the world: Chile, the United States, Russia, the Philippines, Mexico. Everywhere, people claimed to have seen a bizarre creature lurking in the dark. Descriptions varied. Some said it looked like a sick dog with glowing red eyes. Others described it as an alien-like creature, unlike anything found on Earth. Scientists investigated many of the sightings, but to this day, no solid evidence has ever been found. Some experts believe that most reports were simply misidentified coyotes suffering from disease, which made them look unusual and frightening. But despite the theories, the legend remains alive. Is the Chupacabra a real blood-sucking predator, or just a fear-driven myth born from strange events? Even today, the mystery remains unsolved. Number 2. This is the story of Sir Francis Drake, one of England's most legendary explorers, naval commanders, and seafaring warriors. In the 16th century, Drake was a hero of the British Navy. He circled the globe, defeated Spanish fleets, and played a major role in protecting England. It's said that Drake always carried a special drum with him during his voyages. This drum wasn't just a musical instrument, it was a symbol of battle. Whenever Drake prepared for combat, the drum was struck first, signaling that the fight had begun. In 1596, near the coast of Panama, Sir Francis Drake fell ill and died. But before his death, he made a strange request to his crew. He told them, "Take this drum back to England, and if ever England faces great danger, beat this drum. I will return to defend my homeland." Over time, this promise turned into a powerful legend. Some claim Drake even said, "When England is in peril, the drum will sound on its own, and I will come back." Today, Drake's drum is kept safely at the Buckland Abbey Museum in Devon, England. It has become one of the country's most curious historical artifacts. What makes the legend even more fascinating is that, throughout history, people have reported hearing the drum play by itself, especially during moments when England was facing major crises. Stories of the drum being heard spread during the Napoleonic Wars, World War I, World War II. Many still believe that Sir Francis Drake's promise wasn't just a legend, and that if England ever faces a true catastrophe again, Drake's drum will sound once more, calling him back to protect his nation. Number 3. This eerie story comes from the year 2016, when fishermen near the coast of Borobo, Philippines, spotted a damaged yacht drifting alone in the open sea. When authorities pulled the boat ashore and looked inside, they were stunned. A fully mummified body was sitting inside the cabin. That body belonged to Manfred Bajorat, a German sailor and experienced solo traveler who had spent years exploring the world by sea. Bajorat was known as a global wanderer. He would spend months alone on the ocean and often shared updates about his trips on social media and sailing forums. But after 2009, he suddenly stopped posting anything. Many assumed he had disappeared somewhere in the vast ocean. When his body was found, he was slumped over near the radio, as if he had been trying to call for help in his final moments. At first, people suspected foul play, but the investigation revealed the truth. Forensic findings showed Bajorat died of a heart attack, not a crime. His body had turned into a natural mummy within days. The inside of the yacht was extremely dry, and the salty sea air helped preserve his body, creating a rapid mummification effect. But the most shocking detail was this. For years, people believed he had been missing since 2009. Yet the autopsy revealed he had died only about 7 days before the boat was discovered. So the biggest mystery remains. Where was he for all those years? Why did he stop communicating? And what exactly happened during his final week alive? No one knows the answers. A lone sailor, drifting silently across the ocean, leaving behind nothing but a haunting, mummified mystery. Number 4. This story takes us back to the year 1590, a time when Scotland's King James VI and Princess Anne of Denmark had just married, and their royal wedding was the talk of all Europe. But on their journey back to Scotland, something happened that changed history forever. As the king and queen sailed across the North Sea, a violent and deadly storm struck their ship. The waves were so fierce that their vessel nearly sank. Somehow, both narrowly survived and eventually made it back to Scotland. But what awaited them on land was even more shocking. As soon as they arrived, several people told King James, that storm was not natural. Someone used witchcraft to create it. Someone who didn't want your marriage to succeed. Furious, King James ordered an immediate investigation. Find every person in this kingdom who practices witchcraft, bring them to me. A maid working inside the royal household accused a local woman named Agnes Sampson. She claimed Agnes used black magic to summon the storm and attempt to kill the king. Agnes was arrested. She was brutally interrogated, forced to confess under torture, and eventually declared a witch. She was sentenced to death, but the truth may have been very different. Many historians now believe the storm was completely natural. The maid falsely accused Agnes to protect herself. Some even believe the maid practiced witchcraft herself and feared being caught, so she blamed Agnes first. This tragic episode became known as the North Berwick Witch Trials, one of the darkest moments in Scottish history, where many innocent women were tortured and executed merely because of suspicion. A deadly storm, a frightened king, and a kingdom ruled by fear. This is how one rumor created one of the most terrifying witch hunts Europe has ever seen. Number 6. Everyone knows the name Genghis Khan, but very few people have heard the story of one of his most extraordinary and fearless descendants, Khutulun. She was a Mongolian princess, a master strategist, a skilled horse rider, and one of the greatest female warriors in history. Born into the mighty bloodline of the Mongol Empire, she was the daughter of the powerful warlord Khaidu Khan. But Khutulun was no ordinary princess. She didn't spend her life inside palaces. She fought on the battlefield alongside her father. She rode at full speed, captured enemies with her bare hands, and dominated warriors with her exceptional strength and wrestling talent. Even the famous traveler Marco Polo wrote about her unmatched courage and skill. When Khutulun reached the age of marriage, she made a bold and shocking announcement. I will marry only the man who can defeat me in wrestling. And if he loses, he must give me 100 horses. This challenge spread across the region, and soon princes and warriors from Mongolia and neighboring kingdoms came forward. Each one believed defeating a woman would be easy, but history proved them wrong. Khutulun didn't just win a few matches. She defeated hundreds of warriors. According to Marco Polo, she won around 1,000 horses from challengers. Some legends even claim she won 10,000, showing just how unbeatable she truly was. Her fame spread far and wide, and she came to be known as the Warrior Princess. On the wrestling field, Khutulun was invincible, but in love, she never found the perfect opponent. Eventually, she chose to marry a loyal and honorable warrior, a marriage based not on a challenge, but on mutual respect. A fierce warrior, a brilliant strategist, and a legend in Mongolian history, Khutulun proved that strength has no gender and courage has no limits. So friends, what do you think about these events? Let me know in the comments, and if you enjoy videos like this, make sure to subscribe to the channel. See you in the next video. Thanks for watching.